We want a game based around making the people in super creepy part of Uncanny Valley. Realistic people graphics. I mean, that's pretty much what happens whenever I get my hands on a character creator. I just make some... Well, okay, maybe they kind of escape Uncanny Valley and they go live somewhere in the butt crack of Doom. God, that'd be fun to do, actually. Maybe sometime this week, while we wait for, Deadfire to come out. Because I'm kind of, like, at a loss for things to directly stream. I've got a butt ton of roguelikes, but if I don't feel well, then I don't really want to do roguelikes, because they stress me out. And are hard. But maybe I'll download, like, a bunch of Korean MMOs and stuff. And we just do a night of making horrors. It doesn't even have to be Korean MMOs. It just has to be, like, a wide variety of games. With, robust character creation tools. You're currently building a crazy overhaul mess mod stack for Fallout 4. Horror mode, Pilgrim, some EMB overlays, retextures and stuff. Send it to me when you're done. Actually, on the same topic of Skyrim and whatnot, like, I've really been itching to do another one of my, like, Bethesda challenges. It's been long enough. I think it's been over a year since I did one of those. I did the, New Vegas one. I guess about a year ago. But I stopped with that because I got bored? I didn't get that bored. I think I just spent too long on one of the DLCs and it wasn't... people weren't that interested in watching at the time. But I'd love to do another, like, Fallout 4 run at some point. I'm really just hoping that they come out with another Fallout soon. Can't wait for Wizard of Legend. Yeah! I'm really looking forward to that. I've got so many roguelikes coming out this month that look good. Wizard of Legend, chief among them. There's another game called Valgard, which might be good, might be bad, I don't know, but it looked interesting. It was kind of like a roguelike-ish town builder. And I'm a sucker for town builders right now. And sandbox games. I don't know. I think I just ended up playing too many, like, kind of difficult, challengey games. And I got... Oh, you know what? I've gotten a lot of, like, a large influx of people being, like, really nitty about my decisions in games, and it's, like, starting to drive me a bit nutty. Because, like, after a while you just get kind of sick of people being snippy about, like, you made a mistake at minute 2, and here's why, and it's just like, no, go away. Don't do this. Love another Fallout challenge, but you don't know any good ideas. I mean, I'd like to... I want to see if there's a mod that actually makes it so people will attack my settlements more. Because that was my biggest problem, and I'd love to do, like, Never Leave Spectacle Island if I can get it so it routinely gets attacked, like, once a day. Because that would be rad. I would play the shit out of that. Like, having to build and rebuild. Unfortunately, you can't really make, like, destructible walls and stuff-ish. Something. Slay the Spire needs some competition. Yeah, it does. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm really excited for Wizard of Legend. Because I've already got my foot in the door with that game. I've already got it. As soon as I might not be able to cut through this rock. No, I can. It'll just take forever. Let's go up, see if I can do some mining. I got it? Oh yeah, bedrock. Huh. Might mean we're, like, actually really down low. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I love Slay the Spire, but the audience for that was very mean. Oh, you're getting down to the next tier. Keep going down. Okay, I'll keep going down then. I was considering going back up to see if I could make a bronze pickaxe. Because I think I'm finally getting to the point where I could make one if I wanted to. Just in general, that's like the main reason why I'm, like, always afraid of playing card games. Like, people like to ask me if I'll ever play, like, Hearthstone, for example, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I'd love to, but, like, nobody's gonna nitpick me too much in this game for for not mining correctly. But a lot of people will nitpick me because I played the wrong card at, you know, X point and through the run. I'm like, but that was intentional. And then they never respond because they've checked out because, you know, they're too mad at me for being a bad player. And it's just like, I got infinite respect for people that play, like, super competitive games all the time. I cannot be one of those people. Vampire looks really good. Yes! Sort of. The developers for Vampire are super hit and miss. But I'll play it. Hopefully it'll be good. And if we're lucky, it'll be good. You mine wrong. You comment wrong! Capitalize that Y. Too many exclamation marks. Ah! The worst part is, like, when somebody says something really, really mean to me. And, you know, I'll kind of respond back being like, that was kind of a dick move. Like, you don't need to be that mean about, like, your criticisms. And then they get really pissed off at me because I called them out on something and was being mean to them. I'm like, how does this work? What is the universe you're in? Please tell me. I would love to live in the universe where I'm not that self-aware, because, oh boy, it would make life a lot easier. I'm not nearly as bad as Bird is. That guy is, like, got self-awareness meters off the charts. I'm just me, but even it gets to me at some point. But then some people, oof. I need to get salt. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Pathing in this game is bizarre. Wonder, what do I think about My Summer Car? I don't think I've ever actually seen what that game looks like. I've heard some people did, like, real well with it, but that's about all I know. Some of my YouTube buddies played, like, a bunch of that. I try to stay away from vehicles, like, vehicle-based games. Scrap Mechanic is a notable exception because I was making it myself. And so it was just kind of this, like, fun, goof-off, like, make dumb shit game. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The last time I drove the last time I drove a car was early April because Shell was too sick to and we needed to buy medicine. That was the last time I've been behind the wheel of a vehicle. Before that was a year and a half before. I don't touch cars. I know nothing about cars. I don't like cars. Apart from like riding in shells, I want nothing to do with them. And if we can replace them with some kind of alternate technology, I'd be real happy. I don't like cars. I was in a head-on collision just as I was getting out of high school, and then when I was in college, I knew a lot of people that drove like morons. You know, drag racing, texting while driving while going 90 miles an hour. And half the time I was in the car with them, and I didn't realize that they do these things, because normally they drive fine. And then something would set them off and they'd drive like complete buffoons, and I'm like, no, don't do this. I was just happily having a relaxing ride, and now I have to question our friendship because you won't stop. Like, one guy was bobbing and weaving in traffic because he was texting while driving, and I'm like, dude, stop. And he's like, fuck you, no. And I'm like, whoa! I thought we were friends. I guess not. Because, like, I straight up was like, yeah, I have, like, really bad... I'm not going to say PTSD, because I think that kind of demeans PTSD in other people, because, like, mine's a super light version. But, you know, I get freaked out when I'm in a car and somebody's driving stupid. And, like, please stop, man. And he's like, don't care. And then just totally ignored me. And I'm like, well, that friendship's over. And then, like, 2 months later, another friend, the rival for this guy, they were both texting the same girl. In both of these circumstances. They're both... I don't know if madly in love with her would be the right phrase, because, like, both dudes kind of... I'm not gonna say we're sociopathic. But they definitely, like, pursued her well into, like, nice guy territory. It was kind of bad. And so, like, so the first guy driving you know, weaving in traffic, and I'm like, okay, dude, you gotta stop. No. Alright, fine, friendship over. Second guy, 90-something miles an hour down, like, a country road with hills, so we, like, tires were leaving the ground, and he was texting the entire way, and I'm just like, stop, dude. And he just never responded, and so I never rode with him again. I don't know why people are idiots when it comes to cars, because, like, you never ever should be driving stupid. It's a terrible idea. Because, like, if you crash that thing, you're dead. And, like, it always boggles my mind that people will drive like morons in them. Drinking and driving, kind of the same vein. When I was a freshman in college, my brother's, I think it was the head of the football team, wrapped his car so badly around a tree that they couldn't find enough of him to put in a coffin, because, like, he was too squished in there to bury, and so they, you know, cremated the car and him pretty much because they couldn't extricate it properly. And it's just like, whoa, like, that is not a story you want to hear. And then, of course, like, you know, I meet a bunch of, like, party people driving around after dark, and I'm like, I'm walking home. I don't care if it takes me half an hour. Bye. There's reason for car fatality statistics. Yeah, it's dangerous enough just driving down the road, like, totally normally. I don't know why people add in the mix of texting, drinking, freaking, I don't know, watching movies. I know people that watch movies while they drive. That's scary. Let's see, was it my friend? What, the guy that wrapped himself around the tree? No, I'd never met the guy. I think I'd seen him before, but that was kind of the extent of it. Yeah, I've had, like, totally normal people flip out and, like, do crazy shit when driving. We were just driving home from, I think it was the dentist one day, and this old dude who's behind us, he starts, like, weaving behind us and honking a bunch, and it's like, you know, what's his problem? I don't know. We haven't done anything. Maybe we weren't driving fast enough for the guy or aggressive enough. Maybe we stopped at a red light instead of running it. I don't know what set him off. But effectively, he followed us home, cutting us off and then, like, kind of pulling away so we could get ahead of him again, so he could cut us off again. And it was just like, huh, that's a new one. And of course he was on his horn every single time he did. I'm like, this man should not have a car anymore. I don't care what his reasoning is. That's, like, that's crazy pants. I like public transportation. Unfortunately, especially in the US, public transportation is kind of a problem. It's pretty spread out around here, so it's hard to have, like, you know, substantive light rail or bus system. We used to have kind of the workings for it. And then, of course, the automotive industry was like, you know what that is? That's called competition. We're going to capitalism it to death. And by that, they lobbied it into the ground. And I was like, no. Like, we actually could have used that. That could have helped. And then, I don't know. I don't mind capitalism, but there are some questionable things. That's not even free market. I get mad when somebody says, like, it should be okay that lobbyists should be allowed to, you know, lobby for exclusive rights to, like, a city. I was looking into moving to Seattle at one point. Amtrak is still a viable means of transportation. Sort of. Amtrak is still a shitty means of transportation. I love it. I prefer Amtrak to, like, driving. But it takes, like, 10 hours to do a 6-hour drive, and that's rough. Amtrak was going to... Or, no. I think we were considering getting, like, a European style, like, lightning rail system at one point, but that got axed in favor of... I don't even know what, honestly. But yeah, I was looking into moving into Seattle at some point. Oh, not Seattle, San Francisco. Back in 2014, because I was possibly going to get a job at like a mobile company. And so like I was going to I was potentially going to work at a mobile company as a QA, which like would have paid peanuts, and I probably would have been poor as shit, and either commuting long distances or who knows. I feel bad for anybody that works in QA, but at the time I was desperate because I hadn't gotten another industry job, and yeah, I kind of needed to pay the bills. And then YouTube took over. But so I was looking into the city, and I was trying to figure out how good the internet was so I could, you know, potentially keep up with YouTube while I was there. Turns out, San Francisco has like I think it's either Comcast or AT&T or Time Warner or something. I don't know which company it is, but they effectively lobbied like 10, 20 years ago for exclusive rights to the entire city of San Francisco, and I'm just like, that's not fair. And of course, their internet is cripplingly slow for quite possibly one of the, like, wealthiest and, like, most technologically advanced cities. They've got shit internet because the city council's like, we like that election money. It's like, no, that's not free market. That's just abuse. It sucks. It's the U-verse. Ugh. Yeah, speaking of U-verse, I don't get much spam mail, but I get U-verse. I get non-stop AT&T, like, I don't know how they got my information here, but they have got, like, paperwork with my name and everything on it, and, like, all you need to do is mail this back to us and you'll be signed up, and I'm like, whoa, that is too much. Like, that is altogether way too, like, AT&T? Yeah, they do, but, like, that's like a step too far. Like, I don't mind, like, a brochure, but when they're, like, pre-entering the forms for me, it's just like, ugh. It's creepy. Yeah, like, I don't know what they've got to try and sweeten the pot, apart from lies, but it ain't gonna work. I don't like AT&T that much. I didn't even like Google that much. I just like Google in comparison to AT&T. That's the problem. Yeah, that's true. But I don't like YouTube, but it pays my bills. It's got some interesting ideas. It's a fine site, but it very clearly doesn't know what it wants, and it's got a really bad, like, customer service problem. So, like, I don't think I've met a YouTuber that doesn't passively hate YouTube. Which is really weird. Like, okay, maybe, like, Markiplier doesn't hate YouTube. Maybe. Most other YouTubers are pretty just low-line mad at the site all the time. They just can't go anywhere else except for Twitch. I guess. You like YouTube purely as a consumer. Yeah, you're right. For most, like, basic end users, it's probably not so bad. But I guess for the producers, the amateur ones, it is kind of rough. They don't talk about it much, and they've got it really well hidden, actually. Luckily Google is dying due to vertical search engines. Oh, the Google search engine might be, but that's not where Google makes its money anymore. Most of Google's money comes from, pretty much selling your advertiser, or your info to advertisers and stuff by collecting information on you, which is creepy. But everyone does it. Facebook does. At least Google just tries to sell me shit. Facebook tries to break elections with, you know what it knows, which is scary. Yeah, YouTube has no reason to be better. Yeah. That's kind of why I was hoping, Amazon would, like, do some interesting things with Twitch. Seems like they're mostly just letting it go, but I guess that kind of works. I don't know. I like Twitch. Growing on it is a super pain in the ass. At this point, I'd just do it for fun. It's slowly working for me. But yeah, I will frequently look up YouTube buddies of mine that I haven't, like, heard of in a while. And in actually several cases today, I found videos of them from, like, the past year, more or less, talking about how they're either quitting YouTube or, like, making new channels to try and, like, revitalize things, and I'm like, oh, that's bad. That's a tough platform. Yeah, Bezos said Twitch gets to run itself, which I guess is fine. But I was kind of hoping they'd have some level of, like, influence. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Which is much better than YouTube in all aspects except for one. Sort of. Twitch, I would say YouTube is actually probably healthier for people than Twitch. Maybe for viewers like you guys, maybe it's not so much of a problem. But I will frequently hear about really bad burnout from Twitch streamers. Because they can't, they're stuck with whatever game they ended up with. And that's part of the reason why I don't grow much at all. Like, right now I'm playing a 3-month-old game that's not even listed on Twitch because I just wanted to play something to relax. But, like, if I wanted to really grow on Twitch, I probably would have just kept playing Fortnite for a while. Probably, because I did see kind of that it was going to be a success eventually, it just needed some time, and oh boy, did it get it. And, you know, maybe I could have been one of those people with, like, the freaking hundreds of thousands of viewers. Probably not Ninja. But I don't want to be one of those people that's, like, shackled to one game forever. That's scary. And so instead I just play dumb shit. It works, though. I don't know. I should probably take some of this back. I've just been on autopilot mining for a while. How much ore am I even rolling with here? Let's sort it and see. Back here. I guess it's not bad, actually. We've got more copper than tin, which ain't great, actually. Whatever, it's not a big deal. But yeah, the other problem with Twitch, to some degree, is, like, with YouTube, if you're lucky, you can, like, you can really, like, grow fast if you know what you're doing and you've got, like, good SEO. Twitch is always, like, top people first, and kind of sucks for the little guys. But, I mean, it's good for Twitch to have bigger people that are bringing, like, you know, celebrities and whatnot. So I totally understand why. Game sucks in 4K, don't try it. Luckily, I'm still stuck with 1080p. I don't have a big enough setup to really justify 4K, and I'm just switching from one rent to the next. My biggest, I think, hold up as far as 4K goes, I mean, apart from the fact that it's a bigger drain on your system, and so, like, if you're recording and streaming at the same time in decent quality, it's just gonna mess everything up. But the other problem is, like, UI design for 4K games isn't there yet. I tried... Who had a 4K display? Was it Stainless? Somebody had a 4K display that I tried using recently, and it was awful. Like, I couldn't read words. I couldn't read words, period. They were literally letters made for ants, and I was just like, there's no point in doing this. And so you know, obviously I just have not bothered to upgrade. Maybe I'll get like a 4K big screen TV, because then that just goes straight through my Elgato and I don't have to worry about it. Hey, Radiant! Haven't seen you in a while. I miss you too. I'm sorry. I'm oh shoot, what is it? Yeah, another rant-ish. Not really, not about Radiant. For people that don't know, Radian is an old buddy of mine-ish from YouTube. We've both been doing... I think he started before me. And we've done a couple of things here and there. Whenever I get, like, into a bad spell, you know, either, like, too many games or, like, personal problems or just, like, the winter, I completely shut down. I only talk to the people that I immediately need to talk to, and then I don't talk to anybody else. I'm, like, the worst internet friend ever. I always feel really bad about it, too. Because I want to, like, keep up with friends and whatnot, because, you know, there's tons of YouTuber friends that I've made along the way, and I'm just like, nope, head down, keep working. But also, like, talking to people is tough when you're recording for hours and hours every day. Holy shit, I've been playing this for 2.5 hours now. Okay, let's just head straight left. I don't care if I run into a giant... No, I will care if I run into a giant vein. I don't know, I might just go for it. But I'm gonna try and go straight left and leave. And we're gonna see if we can upgrade my crap with bronze. Hopefully that'll mean faster mining in the future too. And if we're lucky, it'll give me a couple of levels so I can actually set that dude on fire. Because I want to set that dude on fire and actually... beat that quest if I can. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, you'll go straight to iron. That would be lovely. What else do I have? What else do I have planned to talk about? I have nothing. I have no plans. These are just coming. I think I've kind of been in this like fugue for the past couple of days, where I've just been like reactionary. I was noticing it with God of War. God damn it! I found a vein. Well, it's directly above me. It's in my path. I'll just get the rest of it, but I'm not gonna go up or down. Just want to set that dude on fire. Hell yeah, I want to set that dude on fire. He will burn tonight. Then maybe we'll download some... Well, no, I do want to do an art stream tonight. I just also am, like, super tempted to get some, like, Skyrim mods and just stick around for a while. But no, I should plan my Skyrim playthroughs. Last time I just kind of dived in, and I think this time I need, like, a game plan. Or I can just see if I can revive that save file. I wonder if I have all of my mods still, collected somewhere. Dust Force OST was absolutely the right choice for this game. Wonder you can never plan Skyrim. I kind of can. What I really want to do in a Skyrim challenge, actually, because it's a little bit easier. They have a batch file to save all your downloads. Okay, I think I still have my old list, but it didn't save the downloads. The new update looks really nice. What I want to do in a Skyrim playthrough is I want to do a run where I don't do quests. I crank up the difficulty, the monsters, whatever, to the point where running into most other monsters is death. And I want to be like some kind of weird, I want to be some kind of like weird trapper trader like guy that goes from town to town, selling wares and trying not to freeze to death, if I could. Like, really pushing the trying not to just freeze to death in Skyrim. And then if that fails, I just go stealth archer and just try and beast the rest of the game. Because, yeah, I'll be totally honest, the plot of Skyrim doesn't interest me that much. Heck, the dragons don't interest me that much. They're kind of just jerks. Go up, I need to get the tin. I mean, I might as well grab resources as I go by. Even though I said I was going to be direct. This is close. Just play without stealth. I did play without stealth, actually. I was trying to be kind of like a spell sword type character. And it got kind of repetitive. Magic is fun in Skyrim, but it hurts me a little bit. Because I brought up Morrowind earlier. Compared to Morrowind and Oblivion, Skyrim's magic system has always felt just a little bland. They got rid of all of the cool shit. And it sucks, because I really liked the cool shit in the previous games. Because, like, it was rad to make a levitation spell that lasted for 2 seconds, but shot you up into the sky, just like that scroll did. That was cool shit. I'll think about it for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I've still got, like, a shit ton of other games to, like, maybe cover. And or go back to. Because, like, I still haven't finished, like, Dead in Vinland and stuff. Uh-oh. Let's go over this. I still haven't finished Dead in Vinland, Tower of Time, 100 Night 2, Digimon. I got, like, a bunch of, I got a bunch of JRPGs I need to go back to. I just have low motivation to, like, play JRPGs some days, because it's just like, this game is, like, 100 hours long. Ugh. At least with Skyrim, I don't have to feel guilty when I quit. I'm just like, well, that was good enough. Yeah, the sad Viking simulator. Yeah. I'll go back to it. Let's see, what do I think about VR? I don't really. VR will have its day. It's having its day. But like the Eve developers, I don't know how many of you guys know, but the Eve developers, got, like, really into VR. They're like, yeah, VR is the future of gaming. And then I think, like, a year or two later, they pulled out really hard. And we're just like, you know, never mind. This isn't really where we want to go. And they kind of said, I think they said VR is dead, and I think they're wrong. I don't think VR is dead. I think VR will be fine. I think we hit a really big VR boom the last couple of years where it's like, you know, the hardware is really starting to come out, and a lot of developers are trying to capitalize on it. Okay, good. We're hitting the edge of the map. But, for me, VR still needs, like, a decade or two before it's actually really, really good. There's a different market than the evolution of gaming. I think eventually VR really will be the evolution of gaming, but we need, like, full dive, or at least, like, extreme immersive VR as opposed to what we currently have. I mean, the fact that VR games really haven't solved the move around in an environment apart from teleportation, that is a huge black mark against the VR industry. And it's going to make it really difficult for them to progress for a while. I'm sure a number of games are starting to, like, actually make it work. But it's going to be tough. We think we'll get full dive VR in 2 decades. Probably not. Maybe. I mean, part of it is, like, you look at video games like 20 years ago and it's like, yeah, those were not much, but at the same time, the idea of full dive VR requires some serious, like, that requires some serious, like, not neurosurgery, but, like, understanding of the brain that I don't think we currently have. And so you'd have to have, like, a really interesting interface to get that working. Can I just go home? Yeah, let's go home. Let's see if we can make some stuff. Full dive meaning, like, Sword Art Online. I was thinking more like kind of the beginnings of, well, I don't know, maybe Sword Art Online? Probably not, because, like, that was, like, full tactile, and I just mean, like, you see and you move. Love full dive. I would enjoy it. I don't know if I'd want it to be every game. I mean, for starters, it really depends on, like, how full divey it would be. Even, like, the concept of, like, getting stuck in it forever, you know, aside. Let's just make a bunch of moha. Did I get moha seeds? I don't think I did. I got garlic seeds, radish seeds, dandelion, comforter, silverthorn, blue. Wait. I did get a blueberry seed. Good. But yeah, I didn't get any moha anythings. Oh! Oh, whoops. Screwed up. I made a bunch of moha cloth. Probably should have made rope. Oh well. Let's just make a bunch of linen rope. Yeah, as far as the cloth goes, I'm going to, I'm actually just gonna go back to town and buy more. Imagine our brain's getting hacked once the brain is properly mapped out. Ugh. I don't want to think about that. I had to do summer reading in high school about that sort of thing, and it was not comfortable. It's like, one of the characters just straight up dies from it, and it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, that would make sense. That's bad. Game is confusing to you. It looks great and shitty at the same time. Yep. It has a lot of potential, but it needs a lot more, development before it's there. Okay, so bronze bar is okay, good. Hopefully I have enough, for all of this. I guess my smelting level is actually pretty good.